Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? So today we are going to be making a sleeve. So this sleeve we are going to be making is the one that has slits in between. So that is what we are going to be making. So this sleeve is mostly used by men, but now ladies too inculcate it in their dresses. So that's what I'm making. So you can see the beautiful slit. So that is what we are going to be making. So the first thing to do is to fold your fabric into four. So the fabric I have here now is folded into four. So now to get started, the length of the sleeve I want to make use of is 18 inches. So I want the entire sleeve to be around 18 inches, but I'm going to be inserting the slits in between 13 inches. So it means that the slit is going to be in between 13 inches. So I hope you understand. So the full length of the sleeve is 18 inches, but I want the sleeve to be in 13 inches. So it's going to be between 13 and 18 inches. So the first thing to do is to cut out your normal sleeve shape. So what I did was I just came down by 4 inches for my shoulder cap, and I'm just going to draft out my normal sleeve this way. So then I'm just going to make the normal curve. So that's what so you're just going to do it the way I did it. So the next thing to do is to determine how wide I want the sleeve to be. So I'm going to work with 13. I think 13 is a bit too small, so I'm just going to work with 9 inches. So it means I'm going to be cutting out 9 inches. So I'm going to be placing 9 inches on this point here, and I'm just going to connect it, and I'm just going to cut this out first. So now we have our sleeve cut out now. So the next thing we are going to be doing now is to calculate the amount of allowance we are going to be leaving. Now, I said I wanted this upper part to be 13 inches. Now I'm going to be needing half inches on the upper part. That's to attach it to the shirt I am making. Then I'm going to be needing 0.75, and that is what I'm going to be using to join the other part of the sleeve to this upper part. Remember that we are going to be having a slit in the middle of the sleeve. So I want this tutorial to be very simple so that you can understand. So the first thing you're going to do is I'm going to calculate the 13 inches I want the sleeve to be. Then I'm going to be adding half inches, that's to join it to the shirt. Then I'm also going to be adding 0.75, that's to join it to the down part that we are going to be attaching to the sleeve. So I hope you understand. So that is what we are going to do. So I think I have around, so now by the time I calculate everything, I'm going to have something around 14.5 inches. So I'm just going to mark out that 14.5 inches now and just cut it out. So now this is our normal basic sleeve. So the next thing now is to take the other pieces. So these pieces here I have here is also folded into four. So it's going to also be used for the both sleeve. So I have it is also folded in four. So I'm just going to fold it properly now. So guys, now after I was done folding it properly and giving it a good press, so I'm also going to mark the same 9 inches opening that we have for the upper part. I'm also going to mark it now. So now you can see that the slits will be in between these two. So now remember that I said at the down part I added 0.75, that's to join it to the other piece. So now for this part as well, I'm also going to calculate, since I want the sleeves to be around 18 inches. So I'm going to minus 13 inches from the 18 inches. I have 5 inches. Then I'm going to be adding 0.75 for the joining to the upper part. Then I'm also going to be adding 1.25 for the hemming allowance. So I hope you understand. So 0.75 to join it to this sleeve, then 1.25 for the hemming allowance. So now to start sewing, I'm going to take this now to so now I'm going to go ahead and weave this part and also weave this part for the two sleeves. So I just go ahead to weave it. So now this is it now after I was done weaving it. So you can see the 0.75, I went ahead to give it a good press, and my 1.25 for my hemming allowance, I also went ahead to give it a good press. Now this is the upper part of the sleeve. I also went ahead to weave it and fold in my 0.75. So there's a reason why I did that, so that I'm going to know that this is the allowance I added. So now we're going to be joining this part to this other part. So now the first thing we're going to do is to get the midpoint of this. So I'm going to be using hemming gum to finish up this dress, but let's get started first. So the middle point, I'm going to try to get the midpoint of this sleeve, which you can see, which I can see here because I've gone ahead to iron it, so I can see the crease line. So after chalking out the middle part, so you determine how wide you want your sleeve opening to be. So for me, I want it to be around 6 inches. That is the entire opening. I want it to be around 6 inches. So to get that, I'm going to be placing 3 inches on both sides of the slit, because of the sleeve, because I want the entire opening to be 6 inches. So 3 inches. So from the middle part, I placed my tape rule. I marked out 3 inches to this side and 3 inches to the other side. So what I'm going to do now is to join these two slits together. So what I'm going to do, you can see the way I'm opening it. So from that point where I stopped for my 3 inches, I'll stop the sewing there. I'm going to stop the sewing there, and for the other part as well, I'm going to sew. So let me explain myself again. So remember that I said the full sleeve is 18 inches. I want the sleeve to be in between 13 inches. That was how we got to this point. Now from the middle part, I marked out 3 inches to the left, 3 inches to the right. So and that's why I have 6 inches as my entire opening. So what I'm going to do is, from this 3 inches point, I'm going to sew down. Then from the other 3 inches point as well, I'm also going to sew down. So now I'll take this to the sewing machine and sew. So this is it now after I was done sewing. So you can see the opening in the middle part. So when you are sewing, you align it properly so that you can sew properly. So now I'm going to show you how I'm going to iron this. Use the hemming gum to finish this up. So I'm just going to speed up this part just a little, but I'm just going to show you everything that you need to do. So now this is it now. So I'm going to be giving this a good press, both in the front part and the back part. So, and I'm also going to be attaching hemming gum, using hemming gum, sorry. So you can see that the hemming gum, I folded it into two. It means that I doubled the hemming gum, so that it's going to, the gum is going to be enough to like make it last longer. So I'm going to put it on each side. So I did it for the first part, I also did it for the second part. Then now for the hemming allowance, which was our 1.25, I'm also going to double it as well. So you can see the way I am doubling it. So you take your time to do this so that it's going to relax properly, it's going to come out neatly, and you're going to love the outcome. So I'm going to put it in the other side that was not enough the other time. And that is just how you make your slit. So the next thing to do is just to attach this to the shirt I am working on. And so this is how it's looking. So this is the front part. You can see how beautiful it's looking. It's looking very stylish and elegant. I really love it. When I was done with the top, it looked unique, and I really love this. So this is it. So that's the opening. So if you want your own opening to be wider, you can as well increase it as much as you like. So guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I'm going to see you in the next.